Hello there, welcome back to the library at Marilyn Storytime. I've really enjoyed having you tuning in to our stories, and I hope you've had as much fun as I do. Today's story is about a porcupine. Have you ever seen a real porcupine? The only time I've ever seen one is at the zoo, and some of them are very large and very strange looking. And I don't know if I'd really want to see one in the wild, but I hope that you'll come to the library and get some books and find out about porcupines. So today's story is about Mr. Prickles. It's a Quill-Fated Love Story. There once was a porcupine, Mr. Prickles. Of course, he wasn't very friendly, but that's kind of the nature of porcupines. They're not necessarily friendly little creatures. They usually wander around out in the woods, and they have these big pointy quills to protect themselves from danger. So nobody wants to be their friend. Well, Mr. Prickles was walking around out in the woods one day, like he always did, and he really wanted to be friends. He wanted to be friends with some of the animals in the forest, like skunk and raccoon and chipmunk. They were always out there playing and having so much fun. They were out frolicking in the trees, up in the other things, and they were gathering some food to eat. And Porcupine, Mr. Prickles, thought, hey, I would like to come join you guys and get some fruit to eat. Can I come with you? Oh, and that didn't go over very good. Mr. Raccoon said, oh dear, no, you can't come join us. You're not like us at all. You're not pretty like us. And Mr. Chipmunk said, oh, no, you can't come with us at all. No. You're not playful. And Skunk said, nope, we don't want you around. You're not our type. Well, Mr. Prickles was heartbroken. He really wanted a friend, so he just sat on his stump and glared at them all night. The next time he saw them out in the forest, he thought, ooh, it looks like they're having a picnic. They have their little picnic basket, and they were having all sorts of fun. He thought, I'll go join them. I'll bet they'll let me play and eat some of their food. Well, Raccoon said, oh, no, you can't come join us. You're not our type. Oh, and Chipmunk said, no, you can't come us. We don't eat the same kind of food. And Skunk said, oh no, you can't be with us at all. Well, Mr. Prickles again was heartbroken. He wanted to join in the nightly fun just like they did, but they wouldn't have anything to do with him. Mr. Prickles felt all alone. It was pointless. It was fruitless to try to play with the other animals. He wanted to join in so badly, but he just sat in his little stump, waiting for the right time that maybe they would let him join. Well, needless to say, he was beginning to feel pretty lonely. Very lonely, in fact. He didn't have anybody that cared about him. In fact, as he got more lonely, he got to be kind of angry. Very angry. And he became very prickly. He didn't want anybody near him. And he even felt prickly on the inside. Oh, he just was not happy at all. Every night he sat and glared at those animals who wouldn't have anything to do with him. He wanted a friend so badly. Well, one night he was sitting in his stump when all of a sudden another porcupine was sitting in a stump across the way. Oh, how beautiful you look, she said. My name is Miss Pointy Pants. What's your name? He said, my name is Mr. Prickles. Are you a porcupine? Oh, yes, indeed, she said. I'm looking for a friend. You are? He said. Oh, and she too glared at the other animals. She said, yeah, they won't let me play either. Well, Mr. Prickles and Miss Pointy Pants decided that maybe it was time for them to get together. Now, they got together. They didn't shake hands or anything like that because they just regarded each other very pointedly. Well, they stood with each other and they said, let's go for a walk. We don't need those forest animals anymore. So they went for a little stroll around the forest. Mr. Prickles and Miss Pointy Pants were so happy together, walking and having a friend. They weren't lonely anymore. And they had so much fun. In fact, when it was really dark, they even jumped into the lake and swam around for a while in the cool, dark water. Oh, it was lovely. They had so much fun being together. And they even sat down and had a little picnic all by themselves. They ate cabbage and clover and twigs and bark and all those good things that they like to chew on. Oh, it was the best thing ever. They had so much fun. And when the fun was over, they decided they'd go back through the forest and see the other animals. So they walked 2 by 2, of course, and hand in hand, sort of. And they saw the other animals and they said, "Ooh, here comes Barb and Sharps." "Oh, no," they said, "they're calling us names." And then the other animals, Chipmunk said, "Oh, you can't come by us. You're not nice. Oh." And Skunk said, "Oh, no. We're not playing with you." Well, Miss Pointy Pants and Mr. Prickles said, "Well, they're not nearly as fun as I thought they were anyway. We can have fun all by ourselves." And so they did. They hung out together from then on. And in case you're wondering, porcupines do hug. Very often, in fact, and very carefully. So if you're a porcupine, you would have to hug each other very carefully, not to poke each other. I hope you enjoyed that story, and if you go to the zoo, remember to find the porcupine and see what they really look like. They are a little bit scary, but hopefully they're friendly. Thank you for joining in today, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.